Just how far is Nagi Seishiro willing to go for one more shot at his dream? The Blue Lock Chapter 306 leaks are finally here, and honestly, this might be in the top 3 saddest chapters in the entire manga for me. I'll be looping the Kid Lorraine the weekend tonight just to feel something, I'm not even gonna lie. Anyways, as usual, my name is Animasu, and in today's video, I'll be walking you guys through everything that happens in the chapter 306 leaks of Blue Lock. I translated the entirety of this myself just for the leakers to drop their own 5 minutes later, so I also feel Nagi's depression right now. That said, I hope you all enjoy, so let's get right into it. Today's leaks open with the same outside view of Nagi's school from before, and the chapter's title is Hello. The narration reads, "Ordinary life may not be a hassle, but this is not the kind of life I want for myself." Nagi's seen once again zoned out in class, just completely shut off from the world. He looks depressed, alone, and mentally just not there. Meanwhile, the 3 students in front of him are randomly beefing about Mario Kart. Y'all let me know in the comments if you've tried the new game yet, because low-key, it looks exactly the same as the last 4. I'm not paying $70 for updated graphics and a few new mechanics, especially with the Switch. Anyways, with class then ending, Nagi's once again walking down those familiar stairs, eyes glued to the floor. Outside, he passes a football pitch but refuses to look at it. He just hops on his bike and rides off silently. Ryo's not here anymore to give him a lift or crack jokes this time, and that silence hits way harder than expected. The parallels between his past and present self are super painful to read, because Ryo was literally the only person to ever give Nagi a reason to feel anything at all, and now, he's just gone. Riding down the same street we saw before, Nagi looks like a broken shell of who he once was. He's slouched over the handlebars like he's paying no attention, just staring out into the void. He starts to wonder if this is it for him, if this lonely, empty life is what he'll be stuck with until the day he dies. As those thoughts weigh on him, he starts pedaling faster and faster. Still no emotion on his face, but the tension is building. He questions if he'll ever feel that fire again, that hunger that made him burn with passion during Blue Lock. Losing something that powerful and not knowing how to get it back is one of the worst feelings ever. And it's not even about losing. It's about having to start all over again when you've already seen the peak of your life. Head down, speeding up, riding dangerously close to the cars on the road, Nagi tries to reason through his emotions, but nothing makes sense. The more he thinks, the more he regrets. He hates this new reality. He wants to go back so badly, even if it cost him his entire being, his sanity, whatever he has left, he just wants one more shot. Then, we get a look of the Blue Lock facility perched atop a hill, and sure enough, he's gone back. Whether it's hope or depressive delusion, he's standing there staring up at the building and the Blue Lock logo. He's craving a reunion with that former version of himself, that one that was alive and burning, that passionate version of Nagi Seishiro. Nagi starts banging on the front door like it's just another classmate's house. He's yelling, begging to be let back in. He's apologizing over and over, reintroducing himself like he's applying for a job or something. He says that more than anyone, he wants another chance to fight. There's a camera above the door silently watching him, and it zooms in like it's judging every move he makes. No response, just awkward silence. So what does Nagi do? He says, "Alright, fine, I'll play hard to get to," and rides off to go home. Later in the day though, he comes back fully loaded like he's going on a survival mission. My guy literally pulls up with camping equipment strapped to his back like he's in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or some shit. Back at the front door with a massive bag, Nagi just starts begging again. More apologies, more banging on the door. Still nothing though, so he just says screw it. He starts unpacking everything from snacks, footballs, and even a lantern as he prepares to camp out, right in front of the facility. This is either ultimate dedication or straight up lunacy, but either way, you have to respect it. It's even crazier because he actually sets up a tent with a sleeping bag and everything, just posted up outside in front of Blue Lock like he's in line for concert tickets. He's even doing kick-ups and training right there, telling them that he will do and prove anything just to get another shot. By nightfall, he's curled up in his little camp, dead silent. Is this peak Nagi Seishiro, or does he really just look like a Pokemon card scalper outside of GameStop at 3 in the morning? The next time we see this guy doing anything but locking in, he starts off by climbing a tree just to look at some random beetle for no reason at all. After that, he decides to make himself curry, which he immediately calls a failure, and I guess this man can't cook. And then without skipping a beat, he just goes right back to training. Dude slamming the ball into the front door again and again while begging to be let in like this isn't property damage. Finally, after getting bored, we see Nagi just silently staring at the camera above the door like it owes him money. With no response again, he realizes that Ego and Henri are seriously ghosting him like he doesn't even exist anymore. So he has an idea. He pulls out his phone and starts scrolling through his contact list, thinking about how maybe he can contact Ego somehow. We can't read the names clearly thanks to these boof-ass leaks, but eventually, he begins to say that Itoshirin is the easiest to talk to. Shoei Bado even comes up as someone he trusts rather than Isagi yoichi, but in the end of the day, he settles on Ryo Mikage. Nagi hesitates, wondering if he should even respond, but deep down he wants to take the initiative. Then opening his chat with Ryo, the screen reads out, "This account is no longer accepting messages from you. My heart just shattered then and there. Like, genuinely, this is the most shocking panel in all of Blue Lock, and I'm talking even over Kaiser's madness. The panel blacks out his face completely, and he looks just like someone who got blocked by their ex after sending an apology text. Not that I would know. Yeah, I definitely know. Now maybe Ryo just deactivated his account for training purposes, or something deeper has occurred, but the message is clear. Nagi seishiro is cut off. To be fair though, Nagi did tell him to go off on his own, so Ryo's just doing exactly what he told him. Henri then finally decides to chime in at the worst possible moment and doesn't even come for him. She says that he's trespassing on private property since he's no longer an official Blue Lock player and they'll call the police if he doesn't leave. That is just insane. You mold these kids into obsessed egoists and then threaten to throw them in jail when they take it too far. At least offer bro a part-time gig at Wendy's or something. To make things even worse, it starts pouring rain, just straight up storming on him as Henri reiterates that he's an outsider now, that he no longer has anything to do with Blue Lock and must leave immediately. Nagi just collapses to the ground, drenched, broken, and silent. This is not even rock bottom. This is level 0, a whole floor and elevator ride below that shit. Sitting there in the mud, he starts thinking about how ridiculous this all is. He blew his one shot, and what he's doing now is pure fantasy. He remembers how he told Ryo he needed to stand alone, but deep down, he knows he didn't lose because of Ryo's actions. He lost because he was lazy and complacent as always. He palms his face in regret and calls himself stupid as he seriously thought he could just walk back in and ask for another chance. And now, he's even angry at himself for even thinking that. As rain falls on his phone and his football, his own tears start to blend in sadly. He stares at that Ryo message again and admits to himself that it's over, that he's lost and cannot go back, and this disgusts him. And the worst part, he nearly fell back on Ryo again, like nothing has changed. But now that's not even an option. The world around him is moving forward without him, and there is nothing he can do. He does verbatim say that it disgusts him that Ryo blocks him, so we know he's feeling true emotion from this. Then out of nowhere though, Nagi finally snaps. He doesn't want to accept it. He doesn't want to be left behind. In a full-on rage, Nagi starts throwing things, kicking and breaking whatever he can. His camp, his gear, his snacks, all of it. Just raw emotion, pouring out after holding in for too long. He even punches the door over and over, saying that everyone else can seem to change except for him. He cannot stand the thought of being abandoned like this. He's soaked in the rain, teeth clenched and his eyes burning with a mix of fury and despair. He's finally showing how much this all meant to him, but it's too late. And then the final page. His hand is literally bleeding, gushing blood from how hard he punched the door. Behind him we see a shadow, and oh my god, I literally screamed so loud my father almost woke up and beat my ass. That's not a joke, by the way. These Blue Lock leaks normally have me so fucked up that I'm up at 3 AM, sick, and screaming in my household. The shadow is none other than Baratsuda, the president of the JFU, standing there with a grin. "Hello," he says to the genius. And with that, the outro text for today's chapter reads, "Appearing in the winds of despair is the president of the JFU. Has he come to offer an angel's salvation or the devil's temptation?" And that's the end. We all figured that Baratsuda was going to be the one to bring Nagi back based on that cover page, but man, they made us suffer before getting there. If this is the redemption arc for him, then I'm both scared and hyped to see what comes next for both him and Ryo. Also, just a heads up as usual, the next chapter, Blue Lock chapter 307, is supposedly titled Bunny, and based on everything we know right now, it should focus on Isagi Yoichi's journey in Spain. Will he just be there to watch another Clásico match and soak in the football culture, or maybe, just maybe, he'll be trained by Itoshi Sai himself? Whatever the case is, if you want to stay updated with everything Blue Lock related, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with post notifications turned on. I also have a community Discord where you can chat with me and other fans of the series, so feel free to stop by and say hello. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the official scans, and then Wednesday for a variety video.